Hello, friends. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. If you wouldn't mind, please like, comment, subscribe. Today we are reacting to the Chicago Conservative, one of my friends and one of my favorite YouTubers. He released this video last night. It's by PragerU. If I pronounced it wrong, I'm sorry. They released a video pretty much exposing the Democrat Party and their history of the Democrat Party. It's pretty interesting, and any liberals that may watch this or Democrats that may watch this, very informative, because if you're going to be voting for Democrats in this upcoming election, you should at least know your own party's history, which it seems every time I see liberals trying to debate conservatives, they don't even know their own party's history, which is just laughable. Anyways, go follow the Chicago Conservative because he is doing God's work. Let's get the video started, y'all.
When you think about racial equality and civil rights, which political party comes to mind? The Republicans or the Democrats?
Democrats. I used to think it was the Republicans like an idiot, but
Facts.
I woke up.
Most people would probably say the Democrats, but this answer is incorrect. Since its founding in 1829, the Democratic Party has fought against every major civil rights initiative and has a long history of discrimination.
That's right.
The Democratic Party defended slavery, started the Civil War, opposed Reconstruction, founded the Ku Klux Klan, imposed segregation, perpetrated.
And let's be very clear on this. They funded the Ku Klux Klan, and Joe Biden, your savior, the president, actually was best friends with the KKK leader. Please explain that, liberals, why you're voting for a man who was literally best friends with Robert Byrd, a KKK leader. You want to deny that and say I'm wrong? There's little pictures of them celebrating. Like, all you got to do is look it up. It's on the internet. It's not hard to find. It's just, it seems these days people are either too dumb or too lazy to do their own research.
Lynchings and fought against the Civil Rights Acts of the 1950s and 1960s.
Clip that. Clip that. You see this list? Defended slavery, check. Started the Civil War, check. Opposed Reconstruction, check. I say this all the time. They founded the Ku Klux Klan.
Tell them what's up, Chicago Conservative.
Imposed segregation. Jim Crow Joe, check.
Jim Crow Joe.
Come on, man. Lynchings? Come on, guys. Fought against Civil Rights Act.
And also, let's remember who came up with the 94, I believe, crime bill. Biden and the Clintons sponsored that, which what did that end up doing? Locking up a lot of black fathers, pretty much making it so the mother raised the son. And that's the biggest problem in, I'd say, throughout the country right now with all minorities. We do not have family unit, father and mother in the household. And that is the biggest problem when it comes to the younger generations. And Bill Clinton and Joe Biden are the ones to blame for that. Little drug charges for weed, spending decades in prison yet. And Trump actually tried to fight against that. And actually, let's see, Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, the list goes on. Trump helped these people where the Democrats locked them up, which broke up the family unit.
I can't make this up. Literally can't make this up.
In contrast, the Republican Party was founded in 1854 as an anti-slavery party. Its mission was to stop the spread of slavery into the new Western territories with the aim of abolishing it entirely. This effort, however, was dealt a major blow by the Supreme Court in the 1857 case, Dred Scott versus Sandford. The court ruled that slaves aren't citizens, they're property. The 7 justices who voted in favor of slavery, all Democrats. The 2 justices who dissented, both Republicans. The slavery question was, of course, ultimately resolved by a bloody civil war. The commander-in-chief during that war was the first Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, the man who freed the slaves. 6 days after they confessed.
I would say besides George Washington, which I don't know much on, but I do know Abraham Lincoln. I would say George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Donald Trump are the 3 best presidents in our country's history. Easily.
The Confederate Army surrendered. John Wilkes Booth, a Democrat, assassinated President Lincoln.
There you go.
Lincoln's vice president.
There you go, guys. I'm telling you, they literally have been racist since forever.
Yep.
They are fighting literally to make us slaves. Like, come on, y'all.
A Democrat named Andrew Johnson assumed the presidency. But Johnson adamantly opposed Lincoln's plan to integrate the newly freed slaves into the South's economic and social order.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Johnson and the Democratic Party were unified in their opposition to the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery,
Right.
the 14th Amendment, which gave blacks citizenship,
Right.
and the 15th Amendment, which gave blacks the vote.
Right.
All three passed only because of universal Republican support. During the era of Reconstruction, federal troops stationed in the South helped secure rights for the newly freed.
So I don't know if you guys caught that, but we literally have the right to vote thanks to Republicans.
Yep.
So there you guys go. Democrats were literally fighting to not even have us vote, guys. They're literally trying to keep us as property.
And on top of that, these days, they're flooding our borders with illegals. So not only were they against freeing the slaves back in the 1800s, if they had the chance today, they'd probably think the same. Because if you think about it, they're letting these illegals come in, and they're actually passing bills right now trying to make it legal for them to vote. So not only did they not want blacks freed, now they're trying to replace blacks with illegals, and not just blacks, all people. You don't think that whites live in these cities or these liberal states? It's all mixed. So we're all dealing with it right now. The Democrats are trying to enslave all of the population, all of us. And I think there is a mass awakening happening right now, and we're sick of their shit. People are just done with the left's lies. They lie about everything. They always accuse Trump of exactly what Biden's corrupt ass is doing. And there's actual proof of it. That's what's the laughable part about all of this.
Freed slaves. Hundreds of black men were elected to Southern state legislatures as Republicans, and 22 black Republicans served in the U.S. Congress by 1900. The Democrats did not elect a black man to Congress until 1935. But after Reconstruction ended, when the federal troops went home, Democrats roared back into power in the South. They quickly reestablished white supremacy across the region with measures like black.
I keep trying to tell people, oh, the party switched. The party switched. When? When did the party switch? I'm waiting. I'm listening.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
When did the party switch, guys? I'm really trying
So
to.
this is the left's go-to, and I've seen a lot of people say this. A lot of people say that, yes, the Dems supposedly were the KKK that started the KKK, but then that the Republicans and the Democrats switched. So the Republicans became the racists, and then the Democrats weren't the racists. But then when you ask them, give me proof, give me solid proof, video, anything, it's just, no, it's because I say it is, and that's it. You gotta accept it. Just because I said that the Republicans are racist, which we all know is bogus. People are waking up. There's a mass awakening happening worldwide right now.
Understand, when did the KKK, Ku Klux Klan, when did they go from Democrat to Republican? When did they make that transition? I must have missed the memo because I didn't get it.
Black codes, laws that restricted the ability of blacks to own property and run businesses, and they imposed poll taxes and literacy tests used to subvert black citizens.
They don't want us to know how to read. They don't want us to know how to read, guys. They are throwing this in your face since the 1800s, since the early 1900s.
Right to vote. And how is all of this enforced? By terror. Much of it instigated by the Ku Klux Klan, founded by a Democrat, Nathan Bedford Forrest.
So the Ku Klux Klan these days is just Antifa, the Palestine protests, the BLM riots. It's all the same. They're controlled through terror and fear. That's how they control the opposition, or they fear you into a corner to where you don't act or react. Or they push you into a corner where you have to react, and then they just arrest you and take you out or kill you. It's very sad.
As historian Eric Foner, himself a Democrat, notes, In effect, the Klan was a military force serving the interests of the Democratic Party.
Damn, point.
President Woodrow Wilson, a Democrat, shared many views with the Klan. He resegregated many federal agencies and even screened the first movie ever played at the White House, the racist film, The Birth of a Nation,
Come on,
originally
man.
entitled The Klansman. A few decades later, the only serious congressional opposition to the landmark Civil Rights Act of 1964 came from Democrats. 80% of Republicans in Congress supported the bill, less than 70% of Democrats did. Democratic senators filibustered the bill for 75 days until Republicans mustered the few extra votes needed to break the logjam. And when all of their efforts to enslave Blacks, keep them enslaved, and then keep them from voting had failed, the Democrats came up with a new strategy.
Shout out to the Trump rally war drummer, man, for really sending me this video, because I'm pretty sure I was going to come across this video, soon, but it's like, man, this video is amazing.
If Black people are going to vote, they might as well vote for Democrats. As President Lyndon Johnson was purported to have said about the Civil Rights Act, I'll have them voting Democrat for 200 years.
Go.
Yep.
And there you have it. Come on, man. We talk about this guy all the time.
So now the Democratic Party prospers on the votes of the very people it has spent much of its history oppressing. Democrats falsely claim that the Republican Party is the villain, when in reality, it's the failed policies of the Democratic Party that have kept Blacks down. Massive government welfare has decimated the Black family. Opposition to school choice has kept them trapped in failing schools. Politically correct policing has left Black neighborhoods defenseless against violent crime. So when you think about racial equality and civil rights, which political party should come to mind? I'm Carol Swain, professor of political science and law at Vanderbilt University for Prager University.
If you guys can learn any, or actually, if I could take away, I just want to wake up one person in this video, and I hope this enlightens some of you guys, because it's very enlightful to me. I knew most of the history, but I didn't know all of that history. But we need to be showing this to the people in masses, because guaranteed over at least 70% of the people that vote Democrat don't even know their own party's history. And I guaranteed if they did, they would not be voting for these racist sellouts. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Also, go subscribe to the Chicago Conservative, which I will leave his link in the About Me or the info in the video. Have a good day. Peace.